from the streets of Cincinnati, welcome to the jungle! Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the jungle, we unite in dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle, dripping heat. Tigers stripe the city streets. East side, stand up. West side, stand up. If you reppin', who that? Time to put your hands up. Bengals stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati, jungle fitted. Who they in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we lit it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the bounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the jungle, we unite in dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Stripes. Now who wanna move dancing on? Stripes. Now who wanna move on? If you got stripes and you let the city know you rock 'em, yeah we got 'em, yeah we fought 'em. Like that black and orange on bottom, bingo bottom, never stop it till the beast of feastin' on 'em. Who they rockin' with the diamond stripes, flossin' on the ring. Cincinnati, she's our queen, we gon' show the world who king. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast is awake, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the jungle, we unite in dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move like it on? Now who wanna move dancing on? Now who wanna move on? Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Trenopole, and as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of the playoff-bound AFC North champion, Cincinnati Bengals. I love it. It's January, and we're playing meaningful playoff football. I cannot wait. Now, do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. I'm up to 1,444 subscribers. That is awesome. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat, we're doing super chats. So if you like to support what I'm doing or make sure your comment gets read, please give me a super chat. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave, and the Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. Real quick, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so. Go to the YouTube channel Sports with Strawberry Ice, hit the button for subscription, hit the bell for notification, and every time I go live, you'll be notified. All right, guys, I don't know about you, but I am fired up. It is playoff week. First time we've had this since 2015, and I think it's kind of ironic. To me, the playoff drought, and I call it the Bo Jackson curse, started in 1991 when we injured Bo Jackson. I think this is the weekend we're going to end it. The Raiders are here. It's going to be cold. They're not going to know what to do. I think it's a Bengals win. Let's get to Cap, see what he thinks. Cap, what's up, brother?
You know it. You know it. It's our time. We're due.
Hell yeah. I'm so excited. And the funny thing, we were talking about this a little bit off air there. After the game Sunday, I had people messaging me after we lost against, the Browns always played all their starters. We didn't play any of ours. They go, see, this is why we need a better backup quarterback. I'm like, dude, who cares? We're going to the playoffs. I'm like, that's the thing you took out of this? I'm like, come on, man.
Like I said, I get, if Joe misses a game because he's got a party with SpongeBob, I'm not talking about any hypothetical injuries because I'm not going to jinx anybody, but, he's got to go off party in a limo with SpongeBob and everybody. Bikini Bottom, hey, Hubei in the background,
right?
with a layup there. We might want a guy who can win a game. Absolutely, I get that, but at the same time, Coach Taylor, I will be your backup QB because if Joe Burrow's out, lose them all.
Right, it's over.
Draft pick because you know what? That is the man. I don't have the desire to win 4 out of 6 with a backup QB. Like if somebody's out for extended period of time, you know what? Better draft pick.
I mean,
wait till next year.
Like I said, I mean, me and Jeremy, who used to be on the show a lot, got a big argument about this when they re-signed Brandon Allen. And I'm like, okay, they signed Brandon Allen. Great. Who cares? If Joe Burrow is injured, it's not going to matter. I mean, Joe Burrow is a top 5, top 3 quarterback. You're not going to have a quarterback as a backup. I don't care who it is to replace what Joe does. So it doesn't matter who your backup quarterback. And the thing is, like, we're going to go to the playoffs, people here. We're 4:30 on Saturday. We're going to be in the jungle. We're going to be hyped up. We're going to be booing the crap out of the Raiders. I could care less about the backup quarterback. We're going to the playoffs, baby.
Absolutely. And Charles Simmons is right. Bengals almost won that game with backups.
Right.
I get it. Baker didn't play, but honestly, they upgraded by sitting him. Yep. Everyone else practically that I could see, everyone else played. And we still almost beat them. If we had Brandon Allen had a rough day. If we had
he didn't play good. I'm not saying he played good at all.
If we had competent QB play, that's a win. But you know what? It didn't matter. Better, win or lose. I didn't care. Like, seriously, that was a preseason game. Browns fans are hanging their hats on that. That's great. That's cute. That's adorable. Oh, no, I could care less.
Right. That's what I'm like, yes, Brandon Allen did not play good. If he played better, we most likely win the game. But again, I'm like, we're going to go to the playoffs, people, the first time since 2015. I don't get it.
A year ahead of schedule, honestly.
Right, exactly. Aquila says fans want to have 2 Joe Burrows, if that's possible. To have more than 1 Joe Burrow and any team will be doing what he did. Yeah, you can't. There is no other Joe Burrow.
I wouldn't want that. We already got Sam Hubbard, 2 Joe Burrows, and I'm going to lose my wife. Like, that can't happen. No.
She'd be like, Capu, Joe, come here.
What's going on, Crypt? Matthew Crabtree have seats at the visitors tunnel. Can't wait to share some colorful words of encouragement to Carr and the crew. Matthew, ask him very loudly. I want to know what brand eyeliner he wears. His eyeliner looks fantastic, Mr. Carr. What do you use? I want to make my eyes pop like that. I want that emo thing going on.
Joel Shorty here says, I'm pumped for the playoffs. Sure, a better backup could have be helpful, but that's no 11 on 11. The list is 10 problems to have. Yeah, exactly.
Amen.
I'm like, you got so many other things to worry about than a freaking backup quarterback. Like,
Crip, thank you, buddy. We were on Fox. They let anybody on Fox nowadays, I guess. Yeah.
By the way, we should put a poll question out here. Who did the gritty better, you or Hubei? I'm just curious what everybody thinks. I think
universal Hubei.
I think Hubei rocked it out. I think she did awesome.
Yeah. Now, remember, she used to be a cheerleader.
Exactly.
So she picks up dances quick. I was scrambling, looking at whatever tutorial. I'm like, you know what? Son of a gun. I can dance, but I need practice. And I'm going to come back with a better
it's kind of like I saw a little bit of Jamar Chase talking about it. If you get the footwork down, the rest of it, you can do whatever you want with your hands, it sounded like. So, I don't know. Let's see here. John Wick. Derek Carr has not performed well in the cold weather games. Yeah, and that's only if it's cold here. Let's put it this way: they played the last game on Sunday night at the overtime. They had a fight and scratch claw to get in, and if they would have just let it go to be a tie, the Squealers wouldn't be in the playoffs. That would have been awesome, but they didn't. Then it's a short week, so they're playing on Saturday. Plus, they had to travel all the way across the country to Ohio here, where it's going to be cold. There's a lot of advantages there, I think, and Zach Taylor kind of alluded to that in his press conference today.
Yep. Yeah. There. So if you look at the data, the whole West Coast to East Coast thing, it doesn't really apply. It's not as much of an advantage as a lot of people think it is, but playing Sunday night, playing with that much emotion, they were talking about it. We could see it. These guys are gassed. It took everything they had to pull out that emotional, physical win. And now they got to come all the way to Cincinnati. We've got guys arrested, and I don't care. I know, we saw Palmer lose, the Palmer-less Bengals lost to the Jets. And then Palmer went in and got whipped by the Jets in the playoffs.
Right.
Different team, different coach, different mentality. I always thought Palmer was way too laid back.
Yeah.
People talk about Dalton being a laid back kind of guy. Palmer was that dude too. Every now and then he might have got a little, no. Burrow is amped up.
Oh, he's all
Burrow,
in.
he's
not
a yeller
100% of the time. No,
yeah, he doesn't have to be a yeller.
No,
it's the little digs, the little shit that he gives people. That's
just like he gave Chase.
Oh yeah, like
you look a little slow
there, buddy.
He's like, serious?
Be serious. Be serious. I love that interaction.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, Augie says, and this is what I kind of said at the beginning of the show. It's fitting that we play the Raiders, the team that started the playoff losing streak. It's is the team's best way to end it. I think it's great. Honestly, I don't care who we end it against, but I think it's kind of ironic, that they were the last team that we
ironic.
beat. Yeah,
that's a good word for it because I don't believe in curses.
No.
Seriously,
I say the Bo Jackson curse tongue in cheek. That's all that is.
Yeah, it's same here. I'll play along. I will. I might find a Bo Jackson card to burn. I will. I'll play along.
There you go.
But Andy Dalton, first year, 2011. Andy Dalton, AJ Green. They weren't supposed to go to the playoffs. Honestly, a lot of the experts say they weren't going to win any games. The next year, they were still figuring stuff out. Andy missed AJ Green late. First half, the idea was to avoid throwing the ball to AJ Green, which is just nuts.
Yeah, makes no sense.
Screw Gruden for that genius. Then really the best chance we had was that Chargers game.
And we should have won that one.
Yeah, we still got away from the run way too early. Guys didn't step up. AJ Green dropped a deep ball. Andy had a fumble and a couple picks. Just ugly game. We don't have that team anymore. This is a different team. So I fully expect to go in Saturday, win that game.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for the $2 super chat here from Charles. And he says, for once, we're not talking about draft picks or prospects, I should say. Yeah, that's awesome. And one thing, I'll get back to what you're just saying, Cap. This team is full of guys who have played in big games. Like the college football playoff that's happening tonight that I wish the Bearcats were in, but they're not. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins all played in this game before. So and there's multiple other guys that have played in big-time bowl games. And that to me, there might be more pressure on playing in the national championship game than your first round of a playoff game.
Yeah.
They can do that and perform like they did. This isn't going to bother them, I don't think.
And the beauty of it is everyone's going to feed off of Burrow. Right. Burrow right now, ice cold. He has ice in his veins. We've seen it all year long. Nothing phases this dude at all. This is just another game to him. He is laughing because people are talking about curses, talking about 1991.
Yeah,
he is laughing. He doesn't care.
No,
none of it means anything to him. Us fans, we are more of an emotional chaos than Burrow. Burrow's laughing. And you know what? We're going to go into that stadium. We're going to adopt the team's going to adopt his personality, his demeanor for this game. we're going to go in, we're going to adopt it too. We're going to walk in as if, if the great Boiler Room movie, act as if we are the champs. We're going in, we're going to win this game.
Well, it's just like Joel said, this is a lot of Bengals that are on the team now. The last time the Bengals won a playoff game, he wasn't even alive. And that a lot of, like, Joe Burrow wasn't, Chase wasn't, Higgins wasn't. I mean, a lot of these guys they have no idea. I was alive. You were alive. We remember it.
I will cry at this win. I am not even, I won't be ashamed. If cameras catch me, I don't care, because guess what? It's not just about the Bengals winning. There's so much more. It's like all the hate, okay, the past couple of years of pandemic sucked. All this masking and not being around people, it drives me nuts. I want to shake hands. I want to hug people. I want to be around my family. You guys are all my family, guys and gals. It sucked. I've been lucky with my career, but everything else has just been weird. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all this crap going on, and we have got something to hope for. And all of the years of the doubt and all the BS and all the lies and people talking about, imagine that another Bengal got locked up. And I'm like, that was 20 years ago. What are you talking about? Every little bit, it's all coming out in tears. We're going to win, and it's all coming out in tears.
Augie says he's got his flight booked. He said, can't wait to shed some frozen tears with the Iceman. Absolutely, dude.
Absolutely.
I can't
have a safe flight.
Exactly. Terry says he was 6 when the Bengals won against the Houston Oilers. And the funny thing is, they were showing the replays of that, and my daughter-in-law goes, Houston Oilers? Who are they? I started laughing. I was like, well, they're the Tennessee Titans now. Like, good God, I'm old. That was a big rivalry with the Bengals back in the day, was the Oilers. All right, Brandon says, I've said the same thing for a few weeks, Kat. I probably will cry when we win Saturday. We got to speak it into existence. When.
I agree, Brandon. You know what? People are going to make fun of us. There are going to be a lot of tears shed in that stadium, and just get ready. National media probably won't be that classless, but other fans will. I don't care. Bring it. I don't care. I cry at movies with dogs in them. I am not afraid to cry, and I am going to bawl when we win this game.
I don't know if I'll bawl for this game, but I know I'll definitely cry for when we win the Super Bowl, because this is one thing that I've said for the last couple of years. Okay, and I was watching, and I can't stand the guy, but I respect the hell out of him, Joe Montana, and he has a series on Peacock. I started watching it or whatever, and they talk about how the Sucky Niners sucked for years, until they got Joe Montana. New England Patriots sucked for years. Joe Montana sucked for years until they got, Tom Brady. And I kept playing. Every time I hear these stories, like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers sucked forever until they won a Super Bowl,
Yeah.
And I keep going,
people are stupid.
This is what we're going to have eventually. I said, eventually we're going to have it. And now is the time. We've got the man, the guy right behind you right there. Jackpot Joey Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Boyd, Mixon, Zama. All these guys are going to bring us our first Super Bowl. It's just like Uzama said, why not us? This isn't the end game. They want the Super Bowl, as CJ says, and I do too. And I cannot, oh my God, I cannot wait. It'd be so awesome.
You brought up a lot of great points. Like, seriously, other fans are ignorant. The national media saying stuff about, because Bengals. They're morons. Like, I'm sorry. I will use that word because you nailed it. New England was a joke for how long? And now suddenly everyone forgets that. No. Right. You cannot forget history. Like, exactly. It happens. There's nothing that's saying that our franchise is not cursed. It has nothing to do with Mike Brown. It hasn't for years. None of this is true anymore. It's Zach Taylor trusting Joe Burrow to swing the football around. You thought I was going to say something else. And he is winning football games doing it. We've got the offense. We've got the defense. You know what? I still think, I wish we had more experience here. And next year we will have that. The year after we will have that. But all we got to do, we're hot right now. All we got to do, the ball's got to bounce our way. we've got to execute 4 games. We said that at the end of the year. Well, now it's a 3-game season. Guess what? Now it's a 4-game season. We took care of the 3 that we need. We won 2 out of the 3. Now we got to win 4 in a row. We've won 3 in a row before. We got to win 4 in a row.
It's on. Now, I brought this up with Hube when she was on the show last Thursday, and I was hoping I can find the clip, but NFL Network brought this clip up of Zach Taylor last year talking about, I think this guy done losing to somebody. I don't remember who it was, but he's like, I'm going to remember these moments, these tough moments, these tough times, and remember them because it's going to change for the good times. You had all the stuff we've gone through, and you're going to remember. And you could see the emotion from Zach, all that weight and everything that he's kept bottled up in there, almost came out at the beginning of the press conference. I was like, yes, come on, Zach, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's the passion. That's what you and me feel, man. We've been there. We're not playing, but we damn near might as well be, because as much heart and soul we put in the cheering and Twitter and all that other stuff. But I'm right there with Zach. I cannot wait to just let it go. Going, shut up. We're good.
Yeah.
We won. Shut up.
And here's the thing. Again, SpongeBob takes away all of our players pregame for party and they go and we lose the game. That doesn't change anything about this season. It doesn't change our future next season. It has nothing to do with Bengals teams of the past. Exactly. People are going to try to say, if that were to happen, first of all, I'm going to punch SpongeBob right in the nose. I will beat his spongy yellow. So, exactly. But it'll have nothing to do with it. This team is completely different. No one cares. I can't stress that enough. And reminding myself of that helps me separate that mentally. So when I'm sitting in the stands, there's not going to be any sinking feeling. That doesn't exist. This is a new team. These are new players. This is a new coach, new staff. The front office is practically remade. Right. From a lot of people who've been there, but they have more power now. They're more involved. They're more, all the creative ideas they've had over the years, they're getting to implement. This whole organization, the whole operation, the processes are different. So no matter what happens, future is bright. But exactly. I do believe we are going to win this game, probably by 2 scores.
I hope so. All right. Brandon here says that's how people don't get it, Cap. 7 straight playoff losses. Of course, I'll be emotional when we win Saturday. LOL. That's a lot of heartache. Yeah. And I've said, and I'll never forget this feeling as long as I live. And the
burning, burning sensation.
Yeah. I'll talk about that later. No, the playoff loss against the Squealers. When Burfict intercepted that ball, I'll never, I was just like, we're going to win. And I was just like, and I didn't want to let it out yet because it wasn't over. And I looked at my son going, oh my God, we're going to win. And then all hell broke loose. And I went from way the hell up here to crushed. I'm like, that is the worst feeling I ever had in my life. I was so depressed. I was at my neighbor's house. I went home and went right to bed. I was so depressed. But all that heartache and everything can just go away.
Yep.
With one win.
Yep.
One playoff win, and then it's all gone. And then we are rolling, hopefully, to the Super Bowl.
So Terry is going to face tattoo Mike Tyson style if we win the Super Bowl. So Terry, I will help you design that. I can't wait because it's going to happen. But dude, people don't get that game. You had to be there. We saw stuff in the stadium. So when Shazier took out Gio off that dirty hit, and there's no doubt about how dirty that was. That was zero regard for a coworker doing the same job you're doing. That was a big FU, and that was typical of that team. Those players came down to our end zone and were pointing and laughing and dancing while Gio lied motionless on the field. That's when we all started just whispering, talking. I heard random people. I'm thinking if everyone else jumps over, I'm going to. Then the floodgates start, and it's just going to be mad. and people would have made fun of Cincinnati, but they didn't see those players celebrate that hit. It was disgusting. It was unnecessary. And nobody talks about the first quarter when Antoine Blake left his feet and speared Eifert in the head when he went up for a catch because it wasn't called. Everybody forgets that. I remember every single play that they got away with. And thinking
that's the thing, Cap. Once we win, all of that and all of that.
It does, but the reason why I'm going to be emotional when we do win is when Burfict picked that pass off, and we knew we had it, and to look at my wife and she's crying, she's just happy tears, and then moments later, it's tears for a completely different reason.
Yep.
I have never wanted to strangle multiple people with my bare hands so much than at that moment. And like, you know what? I would have fought any player on that team, and people can make fun of me. Like, what are you going to do? They're professional athletes, whatever. That's fine.
You're like, I'm going to go down and get my ass kicked, but I'm going to try.
I would have went out swinging because you know what? You made my wife cry. Yep. Nobody makes my wife cry. Exactly. I was so upset. And to be able to just wash that away and say, you know what? There's no curse. None of this matters. This is a new team. I can't wait. I will cry. I mean, I got emotional when we clinched just because of Zach. Because I saw that man walk off the field as defeated as I've ever seen him when we lost to the Cardinals. And it was a close game and it got away from him. And he couldn't hide the emotion on his face. And I'm like, Zach, we're still here, you know? And then we finally pulled off that Jets win, his first win. And the joy, I can't wait. I cannot wait.
It's going to be so much fun. Now we have a Twitter star in the chat crew here, Dalton from Dalton Signatures.
There we go,
What's up, Dalton? So make sure you guys, I always say this every time these guys come on, make sure you're following him and check out all his designs. He is a great graphic designer. So what's up, Dalton? Now I get the Keys comment here. It's a new Bengals era. I tried telling my buddies that. He has insisted the Bengals are the Bengals. I told him he sounds like the old Marvin guys that wouldn't buy in Who Dey. And that's the thing. We keep trying to say it with the national media. Oh, it's the Bengals. No, it's different. I keep telling you.
You know what? And it kills me because Chris Sims, you know, once I found that video, now I want to strangle Chris Sims. He was telling people like, it doesn't matter what the Browns did. This is a new team. Guess what? They have a losing record. They finished the year with more losses than wins. And the Bengals, a team that you predicted to be no doubt last place. The top three, you can interchange any way you want, but the Bengals last place. We're division champs. People just can't get it through their head. Like, because the Browns fans are more numerous on social media and they'll clap back. Guess what? We're clapping back now. We're growing and we're going after people to the point where people are actually kind of tapping out and asking, you know, for forgiveness. I love it.
Well, people are wanting to jump on the bandwagon now. And some Bengals fans are like, oh, where were you at before? I'm like, dude, hey, come aboard. If you guys want to be Bengals fans, it's going to be fun.
Crypt got his acid cigars and a glass of Johnny Walker Blue. Hey, you know they've got a Year of the Tiger special edition of Blue. Just FYI.
There you go. Terry here, I haven't heard anything about this. Said any word on Money Mac's injury? That might be a major factor come Saturday. I didn't hear anything.
I haven't heard anything. I would have said so. You know, I did hear that it was like groin tightness. I would hope that the rest that he's got, he'll be fine. The fact that we haven't heard anything, I feel like bodes well. But honestly, I don't think we're going to need him. Seriously, this is a team that's going for the throat. And
whoop that ass.
They are still going to try to show that they can be dominant in the run game. Mixon's still going to be highlighted, but if it's not working,
it's snowy and cold, they're probably going to have to run it.
Yeah. You know what? I don't think it's going to be snowy and cold enough that Jamar Chase can't take it, house it from 70 yards away. So
No, I don't think that's gonna be a problem. McCool here says that he was cramping, nothing more. And I see. I haven't heard that, so I don't know. We'll see. I heard it was a growing as far as Money Matt goes. So I don't know. Can you believe it was 40 years ago today that they had the Freezer Bowl?
That's nuts.
And
You know, I love cold weather. I will go out in inappropriate clothing in cold weather. But seeing the dudes,
please don't do that Sunday or Saturday.
The last home game, seeing the dudes in short sleeves, and I'm shivering. I'm like, I would not be able to perform as well as seriously. I would have no shame in wearing under layers and everything else. I got an orange and black snowsuit if I have to.
I might be going to buy some Carhartts, man. We'll see. I had some beat up old Carhartts, but I can't find them right now. Part of the punctuation wants to know, Cappy, having discount memberships on your fan only page.
Yes.
When Saturday.
You know what? I will. I can. Funny that you say that because I've been a little I would say not PG
you
in a few of my tweets. And I tell people, like, I promise you I'm a genuinely good dude.
I'm a really nice guy.
I care a lot about a lot of people, and
gosh darn it, people like me.
But I try. It's work to be appropriate at all times, and I'm not very good at it at all times. So I'm like, what that'd be perfect. OnlyFans. So like all of these twisted song remixes in my head that are absolutely not okay for Twitter. I could put them on OnlyFans. All these horrible lyrics.
PTP, what have you done? What have you done?
So that might happen. I might actually start producing content for that OnlyFans, adults only. Not anything weird, but I just don't want kids hearing me swearing up a storm if I go on a rant.
Right. Dalton said, any idea, speculation of who the ruler of the jungle is going to be? I haven't heard a thing about it.
No idea.
To be honest.
And I can't wait because I hope. I mean, it could be. I say this. It could be just one of us fans. And I
said Tony the Tiger, who I said, but we'll see.
I lower that just because it's like, well, this is a perfect opportunity for somebody big that all fans are going to know.
It'll just be one big surprise. They won't even let.
I mean, they're keeping it pretty close to the chest. So
yeah, usually they let something leak.
Yeah.
He says, I think I'm more confident with us getting that dub just because we have Jackpot Joey. Is that the Saturday? Yeah, let's go. And that's the thing. That's one of the things I've said, and that was one of the reasons on my predictions of 11-6, which I missed it by one game. That's one of the reasons I kept saying I think we're going to win a lot of games because we have Jackpot Joey Burrow. When you have the quarterback, you're going to win a lot more. So that's, Tony says Kyle Brandt. I think that would be good.
So Kyle Brandt isn't necessarily like Bengals, but he's been high on the team. Mm-hmm. But his energy, the energy he brings, get him in that tight fitting new stripes jersey again. Let him hit somebody. I'd be down with that. I haven't gotten a call either, Dalton. So,
I'm not. I never get calls.
Brad, Ken's already been. So granted, they could bring it back. They could run it back with any of the guys they have.
I always like Dave Lapham, but I don't know if he can do it and get down from the radio booth in time.
He could totally, yeah. I think Dan will be okay while he walks down. That would be great because of this idea that we're undefeated with offensive linemen, and Laph's energy on those calls is absolutely infectious.
Oh, I love it. Well, and I can't wait to hear bam, bam, bam. Coffin nails time, baby. First playoff win for the Cincinnati Bengals since 1991. I'm like, wow.
Absolutely.
That's what I cannot wait to hear. All right, Ty said, I think it's going to be Ken Anderson, offensive lineman who will be the king of the jungle. Like you said, Ken Anderson's already done it, so I doubt they do it. Boomer would be good, but Boomer's on CBS, so I don't see how he could do it.
Hey, they could hook him up remote. And I'll tell you what. If somehow they pull off the man who talked about his own curse
Woody
Dude,
Harrelson?
if Woody Harrelson,
that would be cool.
I will lose my ever-loving mind. I am a huge Woody Harrelson fan.
That would be awesome. Key said Pac-Man would bring some big-time energy. Yep.
They got to give him the mic afterward, though. Like, seriously, if you're going to do that, I want to hear unfiltered Pac. Pac's a great dude. I love Pac so much. It's funny, though, because like even at charity events, whatever, like meeting him, you've got to be down with Pac, who Pac is, to understand. Like, okay, I'm just gonna say this. Like, I worry about old white people meeting Pac and not being able to deal, because Pac's energy is off the charts. He is unfiltered. He will say it how it is. I love him for that. I have seen him interact with fans. It's funny. I love it. I do not agree with some of his takes recently. I know he was not a big Zach fan, but I appreciate the fact that he is who he is.
Doug says he heard it might be Mike Brown.
You know what? That would be awesome. Just because hopefully we can get the stadium just loud for Mike, because you know what? He has taken way too much criticism. Mm-hmm. Yes, he has maybe followed in his father's footsteps a little too much, and people can disagree, but his takes on how to go about winning mirror a lot of what Paul Brown did, and people hate to admit that, but that's where a lot of that stuff comes from. But for everything that's going on right now, to give everybody the opportunity to cheer him on, I would love that.
Well, the only thing I would be worried about is some jackasses would boo him. That's the only thing that I would be worried. There would be some jackass Bengals fans that would boo him, and that wouldn't be worth it. Crip says, I think it would be awesome if the ruler of the jungle was Axl Rose from Guns N' Roses.
I like Dalton talking about Max Montoya, man. Oh my God, yeah. We would lose it from Max. Absolutely.
Exactly. There's lots of good guys that
there's so many way more worthy. Everybody who mentioned me online with Tony's ask Tony Pike. I appreciate you, but there are way more deserving.
I think you get up there and do it, and you got to do the gritty, get in front of everybody.
Oh, I would. Oh, trust me, I've been practicing.
Terry says the over/under is 9.5 arrests in downtown Cincinnati after we beat Vegas. There we go. Capo was 9 again on the show.
He got me.
Got him.
Got me, Terry. How are you? Oh, man.
Go up your nose.
Everybody be safe and be smart, because guess what? As much as you love this team, they are not going to bail you out of jail. Don't be that fan.
Like, just call Mike Brown. He's got my bail. No worries.
Hug and scream and yell and party, but make sure you got a big button for Uber when you can't see your phone. Make sure you give your buddy your passcode when you can't type the number. Just be careful.
Sammy said, "Rule of the jungle should be Joey Votto and Nick Castellanos."
Ooh.
I don't even think they're in town, to be honest. I think Joey's back up in Canada. Nick Castellanos, I know he moved out of his house. So, there we go. Terry says Marvin Lewis, ruler of the jungle. That wouldn't be bad.
Okay. I'm not superstitious, but here we go with the little stitious, and that would make me a little nervous. Now, again, this team doesn't care about Marvin Lewis's demeanor.
Right.
If he comes out low energy, no one's going to care. They're going to be hyped. But,
this would be kind of interesting. Keith said, it might sound dumb, but what about the wives of the players?
I love it.
That would be kind of cool.
Because Keith, man, again, the women of Houday Nation are amazing. The women of these players, what they have to go through, they're dealing with COVID regulations and processes and all that stuff too. They're supporting their guy. You saw Mike Daniels' lady, cheering him and retweeting stuff on Twitter and talking about how hard he's been working. She's been a rock by his side. I'm sure he will shout her out Heaven Daniels as much as he can. That would be awesome.
Exactly.
I'd be down with that.
Natty's got a good comment. I like this. Remember when people said that Jackpot Joey Burrow should not play for the Bengals? Instead, he should go play for the Dolphins. Well, I think he's in the right situation because the Dolphins just fired their coach.
All these people, like that, the Dolphins lost their composure the last time they played us.
Well, everybody at the beginning of the year is picking the Dolphins to have a better season than us. And I'm like, why? Oh, because that defense is so good. I said, but he's got
better, blah, blah, blah. Their offensive line's better, blah, blah, blah. Oh, they got Flores.
Get out of here.
Brian Flores, I'm sorry. Now, a lot of people, I agree, a lot of people saying that he didn't deserve it. You know, they won more than they should have, but that's always tough to say because some of the Dolphins fans who saw it coming tweeted out a whole list of mistakes that he made. And when you read that list, it's like, wow. Right. I personally had questions about how he handled, the Tua starting.
Right.
I thought he really mismanaged that.
Like when it's just like what the Bears are doing to Justin Fields. Once you start a kid and then you take him out and they start it. To me, that just you either are going to start them or you're not. And when you start pulling them in and out, that just gets their confidence, I think, too shaky. Crypt Keeper said this would be good too. How about Elizabeth Blackburn? Is
always Elizabeth can be in everything that she wants to be in. Right. Please, absolutely. Cheers.
I mean,
Elizabeth.
I would like that just so the fans of Cincinnati can actually cheer her and thank her for what she's done. Because if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have the Ring of Honor. If it wasn't for her, we probably wouldn't have new uniforms or the new social media or any of this stuff that's happened. She's headed a lot of this stuff. Her and Emily Parker have done a lot of this stuff from behind the scenes. So if it wasn't for those two,
she pushed a lot. Now I will say I had conversations about the Ring of Honor about 5 or 6 years ago. So not to take anything away from her, Elizabeth is the one who actually got everything pushed over the edge. But there were a lot of people in that front office who wanted that Ring of Honor many, many, many years ago. And I only say that because of the narratives that they didn't care before, they did. There are a lot of people that did care. We finally, Elizabeth is that final piece of the puzzle.
She said
that
she did
can get everybody on the same page working together and push forward to overcome some of the obstacles to having that Ring of Honor in the past. And I appreciate her for doing that.
I think she told Dan Horton she actually did a PowerPoint presentation to her grandpa about doing it. Now Matthew says the boxer Aaron Bonner would be interesting.
Adrian Broner.
Yeah. Yep. Agent. Sorry. Yeah.
Jerry Springer would be hilarious. Terry out there with the Springer. Oh my goodness. Oh, there could be a whole skit with that, man.
Oh God. Let's see here. Titus, I hope we get a practice facility soon. Next year after. It's coming. It's not gonna be next year. They got to break ground on first, but
I can imagine that it's going to be soon. I can't guarantee when. They know they've got the field space. They know they can plop a manufactured metal facility on top of one of those fields.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what happens.
Hopefully they'll do that someday. That'd be nice. And then Pat McAfee can shut up about it because he talks about it every day. John Hinkle said, could be Carson Palmer. Whoever will be legendary. Rough. Let's get this win. I don't want Carson. And look, I was a huge Carson Palmer fan until he quit on us. Once you quit on me, it's hard. It's hard getting me back as a fan. You can't just quit, And I understand he was frustrated. We all were frustrated. But you can't just quit. And that's what he did. He just took his ball and went home. So that's why I have a hard time. There you go. Bootsy Collins.
Bootsy Collins would be cool. I see Keith Bradley talking about Gary Owen would be cool. I got a funny story about Gary.
There you go.
I'm a big fan of Gary's movies. How many years ago? 2-3 years ago, he tweeted out, giving love to the Steelers, basically. He tried to get a hookup for tickets from the Bengals and got nowhere apparently, and then said, well, the Steelers will give me whatever I need. And I took offense to that. Like, don't ever hold the Steelers. I don't care. Higher than the Bengals.
Oh,
I went off. Now his fans absolutely dragged me on Instagram and Twitter. Now, not that followers matter, but nobody knew who the hell I was. It was a rough day for Cap. Gary actually DM'd me
Oh, really?
Now the end of the story was he said he was going to stop by and say hi. He never got a chance to, but I was impressed. He DM'd me, and it wasn't a "what the f you doing" or blah blah blah. He went on talking about I don't mean it that way. I'm a huge fan. I just wish they would do more. For me, I'm out here. I'm beating the drums for our guys, stuff like that. I could not be more impressed. The fact that he took the time. I'm nobody now, but I was definitely nobody.
Everybody knows who you are.
No, I'm definitely nobody then.
You're more popular than I am.
And Gary didn't mean it that way, but I'm very, very, very defensive when no one was defending the Bengals at all back then. Right. It felt like.
Right.
And I think the world of Gary Owen for doing that. I will never forget that. I've saved those DMs. That is one of the coolest things to ever happen. One of those examples, we talk about social media, people screwing up, having a bad take. Mm-hmm. And all you got to do is apologize.
Right.
And Gary slides in my DMs and kind of sort of, he didn't have anything to apologize for because he didn't mean it that way, but kind of sort of apologizes and, espouses his love for the team. Man, it was cool. Yeah, I'd be down with Gary.
Tony said he talked about that on the podcast.
What?
Yeah, you're trying to remember which one.
I feel bad. So I have really, he didn't talk about that. No way.
He talked about Cap, or he talked about going after the Steelers, or being, I'm not sure what.
Yeah. Hopefully it's just, that he couldn't get a hookup.
He's like, well, this dumbass Bengals captain, he was coming after me, and I had to DM him and put him in his.
No, I didn't get a lot of hate after that blew over. So it had to have been just, about the ticket stuff. But so, yeah. I mean, the front office, like, you got to think about this. You own the team,
right?
And you got people out there. Think about me. So I don't ask for anything. I know fans that do. I don't. Okay, actually, I've asked for one thing. I've asked for hookups for other people, like coming from outside the country, like once a lifetime type stuff. Like, could they get a tour or what, anything? But for myself, I've only asked for inner circle at the draft for next year for Vegas.
That'd be awesome. Yeah,
and I'm probably going to keep asking them.
Oh, dude.
That's the only time I've ever asked anything, because I don't want anybody thinking that I'm that good, because I'm just a fan.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool that you and Hube and Jim and Tony and Cookie Lady and a whole bunch of other people got to be on the Fox pregame show. I thought that was pretty cool right there. Of just getting the different super fans and having them talk and having you guys all light the cigar. I thought that was pretty damn cool.
Part of that is Fox, and part of that is Fox or these media entities will contact the team and ask, okay, who do we call?
Mm-hmm.
And they will recommend. And that's because they know they can trust me. I'm a Bengals backer till I die.
Exactly.
No matter what. If I've got criticism, I'll say it, but I'm not going to throw out insults. I'm not going to be unreasonable. There's going to be factual stuff, but even in tough times, I'm going to try to look at the positive.
Well, that's why I always say I always look at everything through orange-colored sunglasses, and some people get mad at me like, why don't you ever bash the Bengals? Because I love the Bengals. I don't want to bash them. I want them to do good. So I try to do what you do, try to keep it as positive as I can here.
Tony, so Tony says the Gary Owen with the Twitter situation. No kidding. I got to find that, man. I thank you for saying that. I feel bad because
you say they were talking about loyalty in certain teams, even when they're not good. There you go. Mostly, and he said, "This here mostly college sports," but that was Gary's story. There you go.
That's cool. Check that out. Seriously, like, I don't have enough time to listen to all the podcasts and stuff that I do. It's hard for me to support on social media, support the Bengals and then support anything outside of that. But again, I can't say it enough. I'm such an enormous fan of Gary Owens for taking the time. Like, seriously, anything that he says, anything.
If you find it, just at
me on
Twitter.
Yeah. Hell. Tweet it out.
Yeah, tweet it out.
And toss an at for me and Gary. I would love to see it. It would be funny to revisit the whole thing.
Yeah, I like to see it
because Gary was such a cool dude. I mean, movie star, all kinds of money, just great dude. And to look back on that, like, hey, bro.
How many years ago was this?
It had to have been like 3 years ago. If you search Twitter, it's easy to find. It was at least, actually, shoot, it might have been within my first year and a half on Twitter. So
wow. That's pretty good get right there.
2018, yeah. Which is like, I don't want to say it like this, but it's like the follower numbers mean something to some people. I love everybody that follows me, but it doesn't define anybody. Like, if you've got 2 followers and I love your take, I'm retweeting you. But it would make sense if Gary jumped in my DMs right now, because that happens every now and then. But back then,
right,
I'm an idiot that dresses up in a suit. I was even more of an idiot dresses up in a suit back then. Nobody knew who I was. Then it was weird. It's weird now. It was almost creepy back then, because I was doing it for basically nobody. And he took the time out. It was sweet.
Tony says it was 2 beers,
2 bears, 1 cave.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Man, that's I'll have to look that up.
I guess he says back in 2018.
Yeah, good Tony. Man, Tony's and the good beard and the profile pic. You just coming in clutch, Tony.
That's Antonio. All right, let's see, Natty. Oh wait, I'm gonna get the Zach's here first.
They will.
He said preferred color for this Saturday. I try to wear whatever the Bengals uniform color is what I try to wear. I haven't heard what they're wearing yet.
You know what? I am whatever color you want. I am, obviously for me, orange pops. That's why I chose, I could have done, white with whatever. But
it brings the colors in your eyes out better too.
Exactly. You saw me tweet on Sarah Lisa's, she showed that cannoli on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize they made orange chocolate. And then I'm like, hey, Hubei, that was my nickname in college. Orange chocolate. I ruined the opportunity. I could have said my nickname was Orange Chocolate Drizzle. I feel like that was even funnier, and I missed the opportunity. Hold my footballs, Jeffy. Okay.
Hold my footballs.
I can look that up.
Okay. So
but yeah, wear whatever you want. Just everybody that goes, just at least hum. When we're on defense, just say words.
Noises, loud noises.
Exactly. Pull it from The Office. Absolutely.
All right, I'll get back to Natty's here. He said, when the Bengals win on Saturday, what are they going to say to discredit the Bengals now?
Dude, it'll be, it's only the Raiders, short week, blah, blah, blah. Trust me, it's going to happen. People who think we're going to win a Super Bowl and that's going to go away, it's not going to go away. We are going to have that chip on our shoulder forever, and I'm okay with that. But we're going to win rings. We're going to fill up our hands with rings while we're battling the media.
I got 30 years or more, 40 years of chip on my shoulder just for Cincinnati sports in general, for the Bengals, Reds, Bearcats, and all this stuff that we can't ever win anything. So I'm ready to keep my chip on my shoulder for a couple of years here. Keith said, I think the Bengals will win Saturday. We'll punch my ticket to get season tickets for me and my wife. There you go, Keith.
Welcome. Regardless, though, I'll tell you what, if they lose, I would run to the COA marketplace on Bengals.com.
Absolutely.
eBay, everywhere, because you're going to have somebody dumb and mad who's going to offer up their season tickets.
Right.
So it's a person-to-person sale on seats that you're not going to be able to get. Snatch them up. Absolutely. Regardless, win or lose, this team, the hope on this team, what they're building. I don't know if you saw the tweet, but of the teams in the playoffs, we are number 1 in cap space.
I know.
We have shown the past 2 off seasons we are not afraid to spend money. So guess what? Now we're a playoff team with the most money to spend, with Joe Burrow, with Jamar Chase, with T. Higgins, with Tyler Boyd, with Joe Mixon, with Trey Hendrickson. I can't even say it all. People are going to want to come to Cincinnati.
Exactly. And Friday, remember, I tweeted this out. They said it to the season ticket holders Friday to wear your stripes. Show your Bengals pride. And Sherry said, anyone know anything going on about the meet and greet at the Holy Grail Friday? I don't know anything about a meet and greet.
Yes, James Rapine is trying to assemble Bengals Nation into Holy Grail Friday night. I'm guessing 8, 9-ish. I don't know that I have all the details yet, but I said I'm going to try to make it in. I've waited too long. I can't get in the AC hotel. I really wanted to be in the AC hotel. I might be sleeping in the truck, but we're going to try our damnedest to get there Friday night.
I always got an extra bed for you here. My kid left, so you always crazy.
Really nice.
Augie said you should dye your beard tiger stripes. There's already a guy who does that.
Everybody, in chat, I'll do it. I've had people ask, let's do it. Tell me what you want to see. Do you want to see like vertical stripes, diagonal stripes, random stripes, or do you want me to try to get like as close to the clean new stripes as possible?
Close to the clean new stripes as possible, what I'd say.
Okay.
But I don't have a say so in this. This is for the chat crew, so we'll let them. We'll let them.
I won't ask Twitter. It's just going to be your people that get to decide how my beard looks.
There you go. All right. So chat crew, what kind of Bengal stripes do you want on Cap's beard for this Sunday?
And we'll keep going. Go through, and we'll call out after a little while. We'll call out.
There you go. Let's see here. Augie says Keyshawn and Bart are the biggest haters.
An idiot.
Oh,
like Bart's an idiot, but
they're both idiots.
I remember Keyshawn's first year trying to be an announcer.
Oh, it was horrible. That's why they fired him.
I didn't think he was going to make it. That dude
I don't know why they brought him back.
Right. So, whatever.
Aaron says, what section are you guys in? We're in section 158.
158.
The Tiger Den. I haven't said that in a while. I was trying to start.
There we go.
Let's try to start at the beginning of the year.
Forgot about that.
Yeah, me too. I just said it. All right. Terry says, if the Cap is ruler of the jungle, do us a favor. Don't piss on my truck.
Hey, don't piss on my truck.
Hube, he's talking to you. We still need a shirt. I still want a shirt. Terry, that was your job. You're supposed to make a shirt.
You know what? I might be able to figure something out. I don't know. Something weird. It's going to be, everything is weird with me, but.
Jeff Homer says, hey, Ice, the Reds won in 1990. Yeah, I know. I was 15. I remember. That's the only thing I've seen any of my teams win is the 1990 World Series, and it was awesome.
Titus, do you think Mike Brown finally going to put out the big bucks next year to bring more talent here? He has. 2 years in a row.
Exactly.
We got yelled at for spending too much in this off season and not getting talent because these bums in the media didn't think Trey Hendrickson could best his season that he had with the Saints, and he has already. So, yeah, we're already spending. Not only that, but it's not Mike Brown. Don't forget, it is not just Mike Brown. Can Mike Brown say absolutely no without argument? No, he can't. He will get pushback. Can he say absolutely no to something and get pushback and eventually win? I think he can. I think they respect the man. I mean, he deserves the respect from the family. Absolutely. But it is not a Mike Brown rubber stamp, what I say goes. If it ever was, it is no longer that way, and it hasn't been for a couple of years at least. But I remember hearing Katie having big-time decisions 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago.
They said she was one of the most powerful women in all of the NFL.
Barely getting any press.
Right.
And yes, absolutely.
I met her in person last week at the pro shop, and they're so humble. They don't even act like they're anything. She's like, yeah, you don't want my picture. I'm like, yeah, sure I do. Why not?
Troy, I will not even. I'm telling you what, we've got to have a beer with Troy. Like when we win the Super Bowl.
I would love to. I talked to him a couple times. He's pretty
dude. Cool. He is one of the funniest dudes I have. He is right up my alley, despite being, having the law degree, I believe. One of the most down-to-earth, funny dudes I have ever met. Had me rolling at a charity event. I will not say why. It is not appropriate. He is.
That's for your fan page, your page.
Yes. He was being appropriate. But It was absolutely hilarious. Yeah, he's a good dude.
Who's going to keep tracking the votes here? Because we got one for.
I'm seeing a lot of vertical stripes.
Large vertical ones, clean stripes, vertical.
I'll try to do a little mix of vertical and clean. So if I can get the big block, maybe we'll see. I'll do it. Yeah, remind me. I got to do stripes on my beard, babe.
Write that down.
Yeah.
Let's see here. There's somebody else. Jeff Holmes said he tried to get into the AC hotel too. That's a really nice. I've seen the lobby. That's as close as I've gotten to it. But
so I hate to. You know what? It's a smaller audience in Twitter. But AC hotel, the very early morning of game day, go grab a coffee in the lobby. You might run into a Bengals coach.
The funny thing is that when first time I went there was when we did the Ring of Honor, and that's where Ken Riley II was staying, and he met me down in the lobby. The first time I actually met him in person, so I was talking to him, and all these old former Bengals kept walking in. I'm like, hey, and he's introducing me to all. I'm like, how you doing? I met so many of them. I'm like this fanboy, like, hey, you get my picture again. I'm like, oh, dude, that was so much fun. But that was one of the coolest nights I had, just hanging out with him and getting introduced to different Bengals players, old ones that I love from my childhood. All right, Joe says here, I love how Bart condemns Burfict, but then says the Ratbird should put a bounty on Burrow. Bart Scott, I've said this before. I think Bart Scott should be fired for what he said, honestly, because that is the stuff. Those are the hits that they're trying to get out of the NFL, and you got this jackass on national TV saying that we're going to put a red dot on him and we're going to take him out. I'm like, okay, one, you don't play anymore. Huh?
I'll tell you what. We win Saturday. If you go over to lot 1, you can pee on my truck.
Wait, is this? I'm missing. Who said it? I'm gonna find it.
Foxy.
Oh, there it is. No, that's
it. Just moved. Yep. That's the only thing I hate about clicking comments.
I know, like where to go.
That's
who said it?
Foxy. Foxy is 631. It's like the third.
Oh, there it is. I got it. There you go.
Hey, I will not say anything about anybody peeing on my truck after a playoff win.
Well, the thing is,
not in. Make sure you understand.
Once you start a tradition, Cap, you just got to keep it going.
Hey, if peeing on my truck gets us a Super Bowl trophy,
everybody come down and just whip it out, baby.
Exactly.
The things we get into. All right, John here says, it may have been mentioned already, but I'm really concerned about Waller giving the what? Waller
giving what Kittle did to us.
Yeah,
you know what? Yeah. I think the defense has basically said that they'll let Waller have his, and I think he had a little day against us the first time.
He didn't do much the first time.
If that's all they have is Waller, I'm okay with that.
If Foxy said he pay to wash it though.
Oh, Foxy, I appreciate that. Sir, ma'am, whatever that is. I mean, hey,
he's a dude. That's Foxy.
Ladies.
If he
non-binary, whatever. We're all Foxy.
If you remember the Ice Cave on Facebook, he did a victory lap 2 weeks ago. Well, really a lap. He just ramping down the street.
There we go. Own up and kept where a peanut truck works. It's gonna smell like pee for a long time. Hey, as long as it's pee on the outside. If you're peeing on the inside, now I have vinyl flooring, but still, if you're peeing on the inside, getting on my seat, it's probably going to smell for a while. I don't want that. So, Waller's hurt, played bad against the Chargers. Aaron Abraham.
There you go.
Huh.
News to me.
Akila, Kelsey had 40 yards. Waller barely had 100. Not worried. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm not really worried. If we have our full defense, which sounds like we're going to have everybody back, the Raiders didn't do anything against us last time.
Yeah,
like Brandon said, he said, we also held Kelsey to 25 yards too. I mean, so Kelsey, it wasn't like Kelsey killed us,
Matt, Rilla the Jungle Caps truck. Oh goodness, that's hilarious.
I don't think they and then everybody stand in line to get to pee on Caps truck.
Oh my goodness. Super Bowl parade. I'm gonna have the truck parked down by Dora,
The golden
and
faucets.
everybody who's too drunk, there we go.
Oh my God!
And then we'll auction it off to charity.
What's wrong with us?
As is.
Oh geez. Okay, let's get the Crips here. I got it. Rule of the Jungle is going to be James Brooks. Hey, I take that too. But like I said, it might just be a surprise because usually they at least give us some kind of hints.
I'm really and again, I could email somebody and find out. I don't want to. I want to be a fan. I want to be surprised with everybody.
Hey, Dean says maybe just put a urinal in the back. Make it a good tradition. Everybody would know your truck then.
We can put a porta-ben in the back of my truck.
Oh my God.
A porta-ben.
Yeah. Porta-ben. Porta-ben. I got you. I got
yellow.
Yeah. Oh God, what is wrong with us?
Icky has not done it yet. Icky would be great.
Yeah, Icky would be cool. Let's see here.
Foxy.
There was a car coming.
Hey, Foxy, if somebody pees on my truck because of this conversation, number one, it means they're watching Iceman, which is great. And two, it means we won. So if you pee on my truck when we lost, I'm going to be mad. Hoosh, another good one. Zach, yes. Hoosh would be great. Hoosh will bring the energy.
Hoosh was at the game a couple weeks ago, but he wasn't the Rule of the Jungle. He did get make it on the Jumbotron though. Jeff Holmes, for those going to the game, what time should we be down? It should be heading downtown. I have a feeling it's going to be crazy early. Well, the 4:30 game, normally I'm there by like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning for a 1 o'clock start. I don't know if I'm gonna get there that early. What time you get? Because you're driving from Columbus. What time are you getting down there?
I'm hoping that we crash down near Friday night because I really want to go party with everybody at the Holy Grail.
I'm gonna go now. I didn't even know. I'll DM James to find out more about it. I didn't know anything about it yet.
Yeah, look at his feet. I don't know if he said anything publicly. I think he did, but yeah. Honestly, I'll be out and about. If we're down there, I'll be out and about Dora.
Yeah,
9 o'clock in the morning. Absolutely. I'll at least walk down and Taste of Belgium. Try to run in my boy Nick Lachey.
Oh yeah, you and him are buds. I heard.
He doesn't know it yet.
He doesn't know it yet. Like, yeah, this guy, this beard keeps following me around. I don't know why. All right, Zach said coming from Columbus as well, probably going to get to Longworth around.
That's
10
probably a good time for Longworth.
Probably 10 a.m. is probably when I'm going to get there because, well, my wife drops me off, and I don't think she's going to get me there any earlier than that. But we'll see. Gitlow, what's up? Hey Jeff, hey Hooday.
Every time I see Gitlow, I start hearing that song.
Gitlow.
Clooney being the ruler, man, that'd be crazy. But I mean, I feel like Clooney would just be a pretty face,
right? Well, I don't even know if he's a real fan. I want a real fan.
He is.
Is he? Okay.
But I feel like Woody Harrelson would actually be hype. Like I could see.
Oh, dude, I would love. I think that would be cool.
Yeah. I could see Woody like asking to bring a foosball table into the concourse and us just getting to whack the hell out of it. That would be hilarious.
Cap says, or Crip says, when I meet Cap, I'm going to ask for a picture. I will ask, can I be on
it's going to be about 28 degrees. I can only take that type of photo 80 degrees or higher.
I don't think he's going to be on your truck. Wow. He's getting the picture. I think it was two different things, Cap.
Okay. I misinterpreted.
Say, what time do the gates usually open? I want to get there 2 hours before.
So with a fifth third card, if you have a fifth third chicken card, you can get into the stadium 2 hours early. Otherwise, gates open an hour and a half early, but you probably, if you want to get into gate E, which is 158, which is where everybody piles in, for the first 2 rows to watch warm-ups, you probably want to be in line 2 hours prior to kickoff. That way you're one of the first in the door, hang a left, look for 156, 158, head all the way down the front row, come party.
And Dalton here says, I think it's all Woody Harrelson. He randomly shows up at bars in Seattle years ago. to chill and get high.
If that ever happens and dude, you've got to FaceTime or go Twitter Live.
Go Twitter Live.
Dude,
yeah, exactly.
That would be amazing.
What's up? Hey, how you guys doing? Couple more here, and I think we'll get the heck out of here. Chris, I can't wait to watch Burrow and this team in the postseason.
I'm telling you, we don't know. We watched LSU. Great. That's fine.
Right.
We don't know playoff Burrow. We don't know Super Bowl Burrow.
We're about to find out.
Regular season Burrow, playoff Burrow, and Super Bowl Burrow are three different Burrows. When people say Joe Burrows he won't be held. Joe Burrows. They're talking about, they don't realize it, but they're talking about those three Burrows. Those three Burrows gonna whoop that ass.
It's like who may tweeted out a couple weeks ago. It's Burrow, not Burrows.
Depends on what part of the country you're coming from. You go further south in Kentucky, it might be Burrows. But it's playoff Burrow. We just wait. Playoff Burrow. You will literally be able to hear stuff grow on the field from the stands. You just wait. I'm telling you, I'm calling it right now. Playoff Burrow is going to be just lights out. But you want to talk about somebody catching fire at the right time.
I seriously think you're going to have a line of people that want to be on your truck.
I can't wait for the playoff team.
Oh, Donnie Baker, he likes the Joe Burrows. You know, Donnie Baker there from Bob and Tom.
And what Chris Carter saying? Jamar.
Yeah, Jamar. I know. Jamar. Like, why the hell you call him Jamar? It's Jamar.
Randy Moss with a bigger accent doesn't call him Jamar. What the hell, Chris Carter? Well, come on, man.
Chris Carter, he's from here.
Yeah,
he's Middletown.
You played at Columbus. Where's that at? You know.
Right. Yeah, Jamar Chase. I saw that on NFL Network. I'm like, I was watching that live. Like, who the hell is Jamar?
Get low, can't get out of the Bahamas. I don't really feel bad for you.
No, I don't feel bad at all.
I kind of do, but I kind of don't. I'm kind of jealous and I'm kind of thankful.
Enjoy the Bahamas.
Mixed emotions. That's awesome.
Watch the game on the beach. And
be loud in Bahamas.
Yeah, yell real loud.
Thinking about you in the Bahamas.
Exactly. All right, man. With that, I think we're going to roll on out of here. What is your final words of this show to get the Bengal fans hyped up and ready to run through a wall and kick some Las Vegas Raiders ass? Cap.
30 years of pain is going to be absolutely wiped out. 4 o'clock Saturday, actually about 7:30. We're all going to be celebrating a 27-17 Bengals win.
Come on now.
Over the one and done Vegas Raiders. Yeah. Joe Burrow will be MVP of that game. I cannot wait to celebrate with all of you. If you can't go to the game, but you're in Cincinnati, heck, if you can just go to Cincinnati, come down to Dora, party with us post-game. It is going to be a party like you've never seen until we win the Super Bowl. Hooday, 27-17 Bengals. He's out.
Boom. I cannot wait till Saturday. Oh my God. But yeah, I'm probably going to show up to the Holy Grail. I'm going to try to find out from James what he's setting up there. But if you guys are out and about Friday night, go to Dora and hang out with us at the Holy Grail. And it'll be a lot of fun. I cannot wait till Saturday. We got the national college football game tonight. We got Georgia, Alabama. All I got to say is go Dogs, because I hope you whoop Alabama's ass. We'll see what happens. All right, guys, let's get to the Facebook groups that let me live stream. And as always, I appreciate every single one of them. They are Hooday Nation, Hooday Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, Bearcat Country, Cincinnati Reds, riding third, heading for home, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar, and then you follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Trunapole. TikTok is at Iceman90. As always, I'll be pulling the sound off later on tonight. So if you want to listen to it on the podcast and you can't sit and watch us for an hour, you can listen to it. Check it out. It's on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Leave a comment so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. I would greatly appreciate it. YouTubers, We're rolling again. We're at 1,444 subscribers. That is awesome. As always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Like I said, I think it's either this week or next week be the beginning of my anniversary of doing the show. So somewhere around here, it'll be my 3rd year of doing this. And for all you guys that have been there from the beginning, or for people who just found me and people showed up in the middle, like I said, I appreciate every single one of you guys. And if it wasn't for you guys watching, commenting, retweeting, sharing, all that stuff, I would have no reason to do the show. So from the bottom of my heart, as always, I appreciate every single one of you guys. Let's try to get to 2,000 by the time the Super Bowl rolls around. That's the end of this month. Well, beginning of next month. So tell your friends, tell your neighbors about Sports with Strawberry Ice. I would greatly appreciate it. And other than that, as my boy, Jeremy Dimebag Dean, wants you to know, you Bengal fans out there, remember one thing and one thing only. You don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati, and make sure you go find Cap and go pee on his truck, all right? That's an order. And other than that, that's just sports, baby. See ya!
Let's go. Orange in the day, black in the night. Stripes in our veins, sparks gonna fly. The beast disobey, orange, black and white. Cause when the jungle come alive, who day we ignite in Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the jungle, we unite dripping orange and black and white. Who day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Wake up the beast, every day is a feast. Time to bust it off the leash. In the jungle, dripping heat. Tigers strike the city streets. East side, stand up. West side, stand up. If you reppin', who day? Time to put your hands up. Bengals stripes, we in it. New day, new age, yeah, we get it. Cincinnati jungle fitted. Who day in our house, we win it. Orange and black and white, we build it. Earn our stripes, you know we kill it. Bleed our colors, jungle dripping. Nasty, natty, yeah, we live it. Lit the crowd, get the city loud. Yeah, we feasting now. Fit the pounce, make the city howl. Now we beastin' now. Thunder through the tunnel, from the sideline to the huddle. Stripes we tatted on the jungle when we flex that who they muscle on them. Stripes, Cincinnati, we gon' rise in the